I think we need to embrace indigenous technologies. We need to stop looking abroad for our solutions. We need to look at the young people in Ghana, in Africa. The solutions are here, our people are sharp, and if we give them the chance, they will do it.
Hello and welcome to Citi Showcase on Citi TV. My name is Nana Boakye-yiadom. Today, guest is Herman Chinery-Hesse, who's done wonderful stuff in the area of technology, both here in Ghana and elsewhere across the world. Thank you very much for joining us, sir.
Thank you very much.
Now, I'm sure you heard about the lists, which blew everybody's mind. I mean, it has America's top biggest brains in technology and other areas. And you were on. How did that news come to you?
I was surprised actually, because I didn't think my brain was that big. So I'm flattered and I'm touched. I also heard the news and I was just blown away.
What do you think we can do from such an acknowledgement as a country?
Well, we have to work with what we have to help our country to move forward. This is a positive sign that clearly something is being recognized somewhere in the world, and the work we are doing is actually being appreciated. And so it can only make us happy.
But what do you think are some of the things that you've done that got you onto this particular list?
Honestly, I think that the products that we've done that have gained global attention is Hejulo. Everybody seems to like that product. And then the payroll thing we do. And then the Shop Africa we're working on but hasn't launched yet.
What is the Shop Africa thing?
It's some kind of eBay or Amazon for Africa.
Wow.
So it's a big project and lots of moving parts. We're working on it for a long time, but it's now going to market. It hasn't gone to market yet, but it's those three things that I know that the people abroad have their eye on. So I guess Hejulo is doing well, so I guess that's contributed to it.
What is it about technology that Africa is using or not using well, for which reason we can bridge that huge gap between us and the West?
I think we need to embrace indigenous technologies. We need to stop looking abroad for our solutions. We need to look at the young people in Ghana, in Africa. The solutions are here, our people are sharp, and if we give them the chance, they will do it. I always say if I were in a position to give out work, I'll only give it to Ghanaians. I'll give 90% of the work to Ghanaians. Worst case scenario, they will partner with somebody who can teach them. These are the kinds of ideas I'll be pushing for.
You are quoted as saying that you think in terms of industry, Africa perhaps cannot compete, but in terms of technology, we can. There's some people who find it a bit, debatable. Okay,
in terms of industry, if we say we're going to compete with China in the manufacture of computers, you can see how difficult that will be. They are so far ahead. They've got better electricity, they've got better water, they've got a more educated population, they've got better infrastructure. But if we go to innovation, like writing computer programs, we can compete with the Chinese. It's me in my village with my $100 computer writing programs. That one is like being in a classroom. We can take them on. And the world is going into an information age. So it's the perfect time for us to train our young people to be technology people, especially information technology people, because there they can compete.
But do you think the continents or governments on the continent have taken technology that seriously?
Not as much as they should have. No, they haven't. They're getting there, but they're not there yet.
What can we do to get us there?
We need to keep advocating and pushing and advocating and talking and advocating and positively, because some people just go into insulting politicians, not counter-proposing with solutions. My personal experience is that when I have gone and challenged the politicians, half the time they are willing, they just don't know how to do it. So these days, I have a very positive outlook. I go in and say, look, did you know you could do this? It works for even your elections because you will solve the problem. And in a lot of cases now, I'm finding they are adopting these things. A lot of people are just adversarial. If you're adversarial to some degree, you're just creating a quarrel. You're not solving a problem. You see what I mean? You have to keep saying what is a better way. Counter-proposal. They will move. Nobody likes governing over failure. You see what I mean? I truly believe that. When I was younger, I didn't. Now I do.
So So what is the next step? What's the next big step for Africa in terms of technology?
I think we've got the M-Pesa type things, the payment platforms. They are making the populace and the governments understand that our developments are likely to come from such sources. Mobile phone based, internet based, SMS based. That's where our solutions are going to come from. Is applying the technology to our problems. We are learning how to do it. We need our public sector and the people who run the economy to work with us to achieve these things. But what I just described, if they say pay 5 cedis, accountable, you can go online, log on, see what your 5 cedis has been spent on, towards a train that will allow me, instead of driving from Spintex here, to jump on a train and in 10 minutes I'm here. I can even sleep or read on the train. Clean train. I will pay 5 cedis. And I'm sure lots of people will pay 5 cedis. Even the poor people will pay 5 cedis because they have to deal with a truck with no seat belt, which is not fair. But these are the business models that we need to mix up with the internet and mobile technology and so on to solve our problems. And more we are doing that, and it will happen more and more.
There are lots of young people now into what they call app development, and in Accra, a plethora of them. Is it just a buzz that people are just jumping on that bandwagon, or is something really that holds that development that we are talking about from here?
Okay, some of it is a buzz, no doubt, but some of it is also very good. I saw something that helps you locate. I've forgotten the name. Snow code. I read about that. I was particularly impressed by it. Some of it is just a buzz, because you see, it's not just about writing the app. You have to have an analytical understanding of the problem, and you have to talk to people and understand the solution. Then on the basis of that, you develop the app. A lot of people are just doing cut and paste, but some of them are also doing very good work. So I can't say one way or the 50-50.
But since this is, you say, is a good thing that could hinge the development that you are talking about, there are people, I mean, if you look at Silicon Valley, I mean, great example. What should we do to channel these energies in the right way that would indeed solve our developmental problems?
We need policy in this country that encourages that kind of innovation. Currently, our policy does not. The app people, have you ever heard some policy maker call the app people into rooms and say, help us, here are our problems. Accra Mayor, here are our problems. Can you help us? Have you ever seen such a meeting? Such a meeting will be the beginning of our progress.
Beyond the government level interventions, there are people who are also struggling to monetize their products because they have some very, very good products. Unlike you have been able to break through and you're doing well, you're monetizing it. What is the key to monetizing these apps that we have a lot of our young people into now?
The monetization should be designed into the app. Sometimes it is not. If you see what I mean. They read about all these white people in Silicon Valley. They did this and they did that, and then somebody bought it for 2 billion. So this is Africa. It doesn't necessarily work like that. You see what I mean? And as an African, your big advantage is that you understand the African environment. So what you will be good at is innovating for Africa, not innovating for America. You are not American, you don't understand their problems. And there's lots of competition there, and lots of their people are competing. So, I don't know.
Finally, tell us about what your company is doing to solve one of Ghana's biggest problems and Africa's biggest problems as well, as we wrap up.
I talked about something we're doing with Afram Publications, where we're going to take a lot of textbooks, a lot of oral history, onto audiobooks in local language. So you could listen to it on a headphone while you're in a bus to Akachi. You just chill out. You are listening to Julius Caesar in Ever on your way there. Or you are listening to one of Kwame Nkrumah's books in Fanti. Suddenly, to open up education and quality education to another 50% of our population. It will also allow some gun fishermen on the beach to publish a book about fishing on the Accra coast. He can't read and write, but he can talk, and he can be translated into a 20-chapter audiobook, and it will be sold for 5 cedis a pop electronically, and he will make money, and he can even stop fishing if he wants. These are the kinds of things that we're doing that we think will change the country and the continent.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.